What's up, everyone? I am laying down on the fully signed 1969 Topps NBA set. Took me a year to put together. It has been a crazy journey, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite cards. All right, here are my favorite 10 cards in the set. This is Kareem's rookie card. It's one of the marquee cards in this set. I thought I was a genius 4 years ago. He never signed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He always signed Abdul-Jabbar, but I made friends with the people that kind of run his autograph thing, and I got him to sign the full name for me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get like all these high grade rookies and have him sign them. It totally didn't work out. And they were expensive in high grade. So I kept cracking like sixes and sevens and eights, sending them to get signed by him. And I kept getting just nailed by PSA. Like it wouldn't spec out in terms of the measurements because people had him in screw down. Or, it would go from an 8 to a 5. And I eventually just gave up and settled with this 5'9" here. This is the keeper in the set. And obviously now he signs his full name all the time at signings for just an extra fee. Another Kareem signature. I couldn't figure out what to do with the checklist here. So I figured he was the #1 draft pick this year. So I had him sign Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, #1 draft pick on the checklist, which I think is kind of cool. I have heard of one signed by Bill Russell out there. I know somebody who owns it. Would love to see that someday. John Havlicek. You can see the Celtics jerseys behind me. Obviously, I'm a huge Celtics fan. Look at this signature. This dude, he didn't even use a ruler. Look how straight that is. It's crazy. Havlicek stole the ball, one of the best sports calls of all time. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and watch it. Just amazing player, part of some amazing teams. Wilt Chamberlain, this is the big kahuna, probably the most expensive card in the set. Very difficult to find like a bold signature of his that you can actually read. Again, he died in the late 90s before signing rookie cards was fully acceptable. And for that reason, these are extremely, extremely scarce. Oscar Robinson, one of the most underrated players, in my opinion. This dude was amazing. He had some incredible competition. He played on some great teams, one of the best point guards ever, just full all-around skill set. And this came out great. You can see it's a 5'9", and I'm super happy with it. Willis Reed, he passed away recently. He was part of those incredible Knicks teams with Walt Frazier and Dick Barnett and that championship run. Just a great player, good signature, another high-quality card. Lou Hudson, this set is full of it's got like 40 Hall of Famers in it. This is another one, underrated Hall of Famer. This card is extremely, extremely difficult to get. I was super psyched to get my hands on that one. Elvin Hayes, it's kind of funny. He doesn't leave Texas. He doesn't get on a plane, doesn't drive anywhere. So if you want to get cards signed by him, you have to do it through the mail or do a signing. And I cracked a really nice one, I think. And came back a 5'10". Plus, I got the inscriptions on there, the Hall of Fame date, the Big E. Super happy with this one. Hal Greer, another really tough card. This is one of my favorites from the set, one of the more difficult ones to get. The signature is beautiful. He normally didn't sign this well. And again, it's a 4 card, which a 4 in a 1969, that's like a 10 modern card. It's crazy. Walt Frazier, man, I love this guy. He was on our show. I will include a link in the show notes. We talked to him for like a half hour. He's loving life. He's lives on an island in the off season. He has a garden. He does yoga every day. And we asked some really cool questions like, hey, Walt, what is it like to know that this card in a PSA 10 sold for $252,000 last summer? And he's like, that's crazy. And we watch him kind of respond to questions like that and signing for the fans. So this one was done in person, so it's extra special to me. Last but not least, the Kangaroo Kid, Billy Cunningham. I mean, this guy was great. He really doesn't do public signings. He's kind of, I don't know, held his ground for the old NBA, who isn't part of the pension and isn't benefiting from it. And I think that's part of the reason he's not as open to NBA events and signings and things like that. This was a miraculous TTM or through the mail request. Me and my son did. His wife got it. She signed it for us and kicked it back, and came out amazing. It's a 410 keeper for the set. So now the big question is, do I sell this thing? It's tough. All year long, it took me about a year to put this together. I swore up and down that this set was so hard to put together, I'm not even enjoying it, and I want to sell it. But now that I'm at the end, and all the cards are signed, and they're sitting here, I feel like this is an asset that, yeah, maybe I could get 200, 300 grand for it right now at a good auction. But what's it going to be worth in 20 years? When almost none of these guys are left. I mean, I know for a fact that there's only 3 of these autograph sets in the entire world. And some of these cards are so impossible to get. I don't think more than 5 of these sets can ever exist. That's a really rare, scarce asset that just cannot be reproduced. So now that I'm at the edge of the cliff, I'm not so sure I want to sell it. I've got the 86 Fleer set slabbed. That's for my son. I'm never selling that. And actually, he filmed me laying down on the cards, and I'm like, Gavin, what do you want to do with this set? You want to sell it and maybe put something away for your college fund, or do you want to just kind of hold on to it? And he has so much fun like doing this through the mail with me. I don't think he wants to sell it either. So I think it's going to stay with us. And that was my goal all along, is that cards are kind of a new asset class. And I consulted with my financial advisor, and I'm like, I want to build these different assets that move differently than stocks and bonds. And I believe a signed 86 Fleer set and a signed 1969 top set fits that bill. And there'll be assets that appreciate for years to come, and also will be kind of fun to look at and rewarding to look back on the work that went into this. So I think I'm going to sit with it. I do have 2 more cards. I have cuts of Guy Rogers and Bill Bridges. If any of you know of a slab Guy Rogers or slab Bill Bridges in the wild, I will pay you a lot of money just for the introduction. So, all right. Thanks, everyone. That's the set.